Hi guys, welcome back. From BS-4 to BS-6, the change is happening and the first one in bikes from Honda is here. I mean, they didn't say it's an update over the previous version, but take a look at the old Shine SP125 and the new SP125. Two bikes, both of 125cc capacity, almost the same name and also have most of the same features. But still, as of now and for the future till the end of March, which one of the two should you buy? Well, this video is about that. It's a comparison between the Honda SP125 and the Honda Shine SP125. This comparison is going to consider our usual 5 factors that's considered while choosing a bike, and these are the 5 factors. Let's start off with the first factor, which is the design and build quality. Firstly, let's talk about the build quality of both the bikes, and both of them have the same material choices like metal and plastic, which are good quality ones, and I feel both the bikes will last well in the long run. So now for the styling, from the front, they have good resemblance, mainly because they get the same small 80mm tire and they also have almost the same outline for the headlight set. Now, when you take a close look at the headlight, actually the one in the SP125 has more aggression with its dual LED light setup compared to the single halogen setup of the Shine SP125. And in real life use scenario, while riding at night, the headlight set in the SP125 has much more better range and coverage than the headlight set of the Shine SP125. And therefore from the two bikes, the SP125 is better one for night rides. Then for the instrument console, Honda did change their strategy here. Before they used to use the boring and very dull looking digital analog meter set, which is actually seen in the Shine SP125. The console just shows the basic stuff and the color and backlighting theme all just look very average as of now. But for the SP125, things have changed and here you get a fully digital console. Now this console is not a very big one, but instead it's a small panel which have great resemblance to the console of the Hornet. But it's overall very clean, and the best part is that it shows plenty of information. Now for the handlebar, both get the same U-shaped handlebar but have different switch control setup. In the Shine SP125, there is a dim bar bright switch, separate pass light switch, indicator toggle and horn on the left side and just the self start switch on the right side. While for the SP125, on the left, the dim bright and pass light is one switch, and on this side you also get the indicator toggle and horn, and on the right side, instead of the usual self start switch, you get an engine start stop switch, which is a pretty handy one compared to the just self start switch. So here, also considering the meter console and handlebar switch controls based on real day-to-day use, the SP125 outshines the Shine SP125. And now moving to the tank and the side cowl, well, Honda did update it really well in the new SP125. It has more sharpness and aggression than the Shine SP125, and also the graphics used has matured well in the SP125, and it does look much better and advanced than the over-themed graphics of the Shine SP125. Now moving to the side end, the design has similarities in both the bike and the pillion grab rail also looks kinda identical. Then taking a close look from the rear, here also both the bikes have that resemblance because again of the same tire size and also because of almost identical taillight structure. Now here the taillight in the SP125 is better looking with more sharpness than the taillight in the Shine SP125. Then for the exhaust, even though they have minor shape differences, they have the same theme. And finally, one more thing is that the alloy wheels of both the bikes look different. The SP125 has a 5-spoke split alloy wheel, while the Shine SP125 has a 5-split with 10 touch points. And also the tires used in both the bikes are tubeless tires. So that's all for the design of both these bikes, and what I feel is that the SP125 is a more better version of the Shine SP125 in terms of design. I feel Honda didn't start with a basic new drawing for this bike, but instead they took the Shine SP125 and tweaked places where it was necessary, and thus we have this bike which is much more sharper and bolder than the Shine SP125, and therefore without even thinking much, for me, my pick from these two bikes based on design is the SP125. So now to the second factor, which is the specifications. I'm not going to drag around with the engine specs of both these 125cc bikes, but instead here it is, and interestingly, the max torque and power has improved with the SP125. And also the overall body dimensions like the length, height, width and wheelbase of the SP125 is slightly more than the Shine SP125. But for the ground clearance of both the bikes, they are identical, and same is the case with the brake combo used in both the bikes, and also the suspension used in both the bikes are the same. But the weight is different in both the bikes, where the SP125 is a much lighter bike of the two, but for the fuel tank capacity, the SP125 has a higher capacity tank at 11 liters. And if in case you're wondering about the seat height, both the bikes have the same seat height. Well, that's all for the specs, and here also the SP125 is a slightly better spec one on paper. So let's move to the third factor to find out whether that little spec improvement reflects in day-to-day use. We'll start with the Shine SP125, and here this engine is your typical 125cc engine. There isn't much aggression or power, but instead the engine is tuned to be ideal for city use. The initial pickup is good, especially in the first two gears, and that helps a lot for city overtakes. Well, the power in higher gears is evenly laid out, and therefore you can do overtakes in highways too, but there is a small catch here. It's just that the engine does get a bit stressed over the 70 plus km/h mark, and that actually gets more amplified above the 80 mark. And while riding at that speed, you'll notice vibrations in the foot pegs. Now, the ideal riding speed for this bike is actually in the 0 to 70 range, and in that, there is no vibration or disturbance from any parts. The bike is overall smooth and very refined, and the ride quality is good and enjoyable in that speed range. Then for the ride comfort, you get an upright riding posture with not much need to stretch out for the handlebar, and therefore the riding posture is well suited to give less stress and strain. The seats used are not the best, but still it's sufficiently wide and long, and the comfort is good for both the rider and the pillion. I did go for 50 km ride in a stretch, and even after that, I wasn't feeling any tiredness. And for the suspensions used, it does its job pretty well through rough patches. Now, one place that Honda did cut here is the tires and the brakes, because both are very average. Well, I'm not complaining much because for daily commutes, it's fine. Ride within the bike's limits and you won't face any issues. But do keep in mind that you should be careful while cornering and also at higher speeds. Because while cornering, if it's not a safe speed, the small tires won't grip on well, and also if you're at very high speed and if you want to do a quick brake, well, then the brakes won't do much too. But I feel this is a common thing with commuter bikes. So overall, what I have to say about the ride comfort for the Shine SP125 is that it's a comfortable and safe bike at speed range from 0 to 70. And now for the SP125, well, Honda, you did surprise me. This BS-6 F5 engine is a much better and refined one than the BS-4 carburetor engine in the Shine SP125. The way the engine starts and powers up and sets itself for the ride, that alone makes you fall in love with the new refinement done. And then hit the first gear and take the bike for a spin, and you'll enjoy it. Here also there isn't any aggression from the engine, and overall this one has a much more linear performance throughout. But that performance for some reason stays like that even above the 80 km/h mark. The engine wasn't stressed at all even at that speed. Now, even though the engine wasn't stressed, I did notice slight vibration from the foot peg at 80 plus speed mark, and here also the bike is at its best in the speed range from 0 to 70. And about the 5-speed gearbox used here in the SP125, it's a good one, but that's the same thing with the gearbox used in the Shine SP125. Gear shifting was smooth and issue-free. And overall for the ride quality and performance of the SP125, it's a step above the Shine SP125, and I would without any doubt pick this new BS-6 engine over the BS-4 one anytime based on ride quality. But for the ride comfort of the new SP125, you're not going to see much difference here compared to the Shine SP125. I felt almost the same comfort with the similar riding posture and also identical seat cushioning. Now even the suspension did perform the same. And also the tires and brakes used, well, again, they're identical and you get almost the same result from them too. Now initially I thought the braking performance and also the stability of the SP125 will be lower than the Shine SP125 because of overall lesser weight, but in real life usage, the lower weight didn't affect much, and in fact, the stability was kinda same. So whatever I did mention for the Shine SP125 does apply to the SP125 too. And therefore, here also the best safe speed is below 70. Now, even though the ride comfort doesn't change in both the bikes, I felt the SP125 can be used for much longer rides because of the overall improved engine quality and performance. It's like your effort is less while riding the SP125, and therefore here also my pick from the two based on ride quality and comfort is the SP125. It's a good thing out of the three factors, the SP125 did better, and that makes me more excited for the other BS6 vehicles that is to hit the market soon. So I would like to know, is there any specific BS6 vehicles you guys are excited for? Well, if so, it would be nice if you could leave it in the comment section below, and it would be nicer if you could hit that subscribe button and join our growing YouTube family so you won't miss any of our contents. And now to the fourth factor, the mileage. This is a very important factor for commuter bikes, and here also the SP125 does again beat the Shine SP125 by approximately 10 km per liter of better mileage. The number we got for the SP125 while testing is approximately 70 km per liter, and for the Shine SP125 it was approx 60 km per liter. Well, this testing was done in mixed riding conditions, and also please to note that the mileage you'll be getting might be different from the mileage we got because mileage totally depends on the way you ride and also based on riding conditions. And that takes us to the final factor, which is the price. Well, this factor is a pretty easy one. The ex-showroom pricing of the top variant of the SP125 is approximately 7,000 Indian rupees more than the top variant of the Shine SP125. So I guess that's all for the comparison. Every factor is very important while choosing a bike, and actually for different riders, the priority given to these factors will be different. Some will give priority to the design, some to the ride quality, and others to the price. And here, from these two bikes, the deciding factor is very simple. If you give more preference to the pricing, that is, you just want a 125cc stylish looking bike and you don't want to spend much, then the Shine SP125 is the one. But if you don't mind that extra money, there is no doubt, get the SP125 because it's an overall better bike, and my personal suggestion would be to get the SP125. The extra money you spent is actually worth it. That's all for the video, guys. If you liked it, it would be much appreciated if you can hit that like button, and see you again in the next one. Till then, bye and always ride safe.